How often do you feel like you're rushing? Not because you're late, just because that's how you move throughout the day. Breakfast becomes something to get through. You walk faster than you need to. One task finishes and the next one begins immediately. Eventually, rushing stops feeling like a choice. It simply becomes your normal pace. Modern life rewards speed. We're encouraged to do more, respond faster, fit more into the day. And while that can feel productive, constantly rushing comes at a cost. When you rush, your body doesn't just move faster, it responds as though it's under pressure. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline increase. Your focus narrows. You're more likely to make mistakes. And you often make poorer decisions because you're reacting instead of thinking. Do that day after day, and both your mind and body begin to feel the strain. Left unchecked, that constant pressure can eventually lead to burnout. The challenge is that most people don't realize how often they're rushing. It hides in everyday moments. Maybe you're rushing through breakfast without tasting it. Maybe you walk everywhere at full speed, even when there's no reason to. Maybe you check your phone while somebody's talking to you. Or perhaps you move straight from one task to the next without ever taking a moment to pause. These small moments seem insignificant on their own, but repeated every day, they create a life that always feels urgent. The first step isn't to slow everything down overnight, it's simply to notice. Where do you rush the most? When does it happen? What triggers it? You can't change a habit that you don't recognize. Awareness comes before change. Once you've built that awareness, start developing a conscious pace. A conscious pace doesn't mean becoming slow. It doesn't mean getting less done. It means moving through the day at a rhythm that allows you to make progress without constantly feeling under pressure. Because productivity isn't just about how much you complete, it's about the quality of your attention while you're doing it. Pay attention to how quickly you're trying to finish things. Notice how quickly you move from one task to the next. Ask yourself whether the pace you're setting is actually necessary, or whether you've simply become accustomed to rushing. The pace you live at eventually becomes the pace you think at. When your days feel rushed, your thoughts often do too. So, how can you start rushing less? Begin by acknowledging that you do it. Then notice when and where it happens most often. Plan your schedule a little further in advance so you're not constantly reacting. Put less pressure on yourself and less pressure on the people around you. And remind yourself that not every task deserves the same level of urgency. The next time your to-do list feels overwhelming, pause for a moment and ask a simple question. How important is each task? Modern life encourages us to create endless lists of things that feel urgent, but not everything is meaningful. Identify what genuinely deserves your best attention. Give those tasks your focus. And once they're complete, give yourself permission to recover before moving on. Over time, developing a conscious pace can have a meaningful impact. You may feel calmer. Your experiences become more fulfilling because you're actually present for them. You place less strain on your mind and body. Your risk of burnout decreases. You make better decisions. Your relationships improve because you're more attentive. And your focus becomes stronger because your attention isn't constantly being pulled in every direction. Modern life keeps us rushing. A conscious pace helps us stay calm. Slowing down isn't about doing less. It's about creating enough space to do what matters well. This content is for educational purposes only and isn't medical advice. Health is personal, so consider your own circumstances and seek professional guidance where appropriate. Consider sharing these thoughts with a friend or family member who is curious about their health.